Now, as a content creator, yes, I love traveling, I love going out and filming cool stuff, but realistically, I spend a majority of my time right here in front of this computer. That is, of course, when I'm not out there signing autographs for fans. Usually I charge like a couple $100 per autograph, but today I'm feeling kind of nice. Hey, I figured you guys were fans. I just wanted to hand you guys an autograph or something. You guys don't want it? Hey man, I saw you have a red. I'm sure you're a huge fan. Autograph.
I don't know you, sorry.
Hey, bro, can I just give you like 20 bucks and can you just take it and not happy?
Dude,
I'll get you a free drink from the open bar.
You couldn't pay me to keep this photo.
Autographs for free. Here.
I'll take it.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
You take it? Cool. You want like keep it safe? Don't let it get wet?
I want the dog signature.
Oh.
Cut this out. I like the dog.
Free autographs. Hey. Woo! Which one of my videos is your favorite, huh?
What are you actually doing? Like, are you a YouTuber?
I'm the potato jet, bro. Come on.
I actually hate potatoes, like no offense. Like, how did you come up with your, okay.
How am I supposed to get rid of 9 more? Yeah, actually now I think about it a little bit more. Yeah, I do actually spend all my time right here. But it's not any ordinary desk. It can go up and down. It's electronic, so I can use it sitting down, but I could also use it standing up. During some days, I'll just start getting kind of tired halfway throughout the day, and I'll just hop on this thing for a few minutes and I'll feel much better every time. It just keeps all the juices flowing, you know? And this thing's pretty cool. It's a full RGB light from Westcott. It's a light mat put inside this little dome thing. If I ever feel like spicing it up a little bit, I could always switch it around. All right, so now let's talk about the most important part, which is obviously the computer. This is an Asus PA90, and they actually sent this out to me 2 months ago to try it out, and I love this thing. This thing is wicked powerful. It has an 8-core i9 processor, and the graphics card is the NVIDIA Quadro P4000. And let me just say, this is a dream to edit on most cameras, just zero lag. When you click something, it does it immediately in a nanosecond. If you're in the market for a PC that can handle high-end video work and no problems with red cameras and Arri Alexas and stuff like that, this is definitely one of the ones to take a look at, and they just offer it as a set like this, so you don't have to build anything. You just arrive, plug it in, boom. I've made an entire video about it, so you can click right there and go check that out. This monitor is also by Asus. It's a PA32UC, and the PA stands for ProArt. So both this monitor and the computer are ProArt series, so they've been made with creatives in mind like us. And this monitor is basically everything you might want out of a monitor. It's 4K, 32 inches, does HDR, and to me the most important thing was the color accuracy, and this monitor has a delta E of less than 2, which basically just means it's super accurate. Another thing that's nice about this is that it goes up to 1000 nits in brightness. So see how there's windows behind here? During the daytime, a lot of sun can come in from behind, and luckily this thing can get really bright so it doesn't look too backlit. But no matter how good your monitor is, it's always good to have a calibration tool like this. This is one of the most common ones, the Spider 5 by Datacolor. I think they actually just came out with a slightly newer version, the Spider X. But these are great because your monitor will eventually fall out of calibration over time. So every month I just plug this in, and within a few minutes it'll give me a recalibrated screen. And these aren't crazy expensive either, so definitely one of the things to check out, especially if you do any sort of color grading. Now let's get into software. I basically live in the Adobe ecosystem, so Adobe Premiere primarily. Not saying you have to be Adobe, it's just what I learned on, and I never really felt like switching out of it because I've been happy with it. And it's also really nice that a ton of other people are also using Adobe here in LA at least, so whenever I need to collaborate on a project or I'm working with other editors where we need to bounce the project back and forth, it's usually not an issue. And with the Adobe Suite obviously comes Adobe After Effects and Photoshop and Lightroom, and you have access to all that stuff. And we have a sponsor for today's video, Webster, and you know what that means, giveaways. So we are giving away a year subscription of the entire Adobe Creative Cloud suite. And if you're already on the Adobe platform, we'll pay your bill for the next 12 months. It's actually kind of a funny story. What happened was we were at a Webster party and Carrie actually won a raffle for the grand prize, which was this. Congratulations, Carrie. Woo! Carrie just won a raffle for Adobe. An Adobe Creative Suite for a year. Congratulations, that's like almost $500
I don't
worth
know
of
how to use a computer. Why couldn't it be like a year's supply of dog food?
So this giveaway is kind of thanks to Webster and Carrie. But to enter to win, all you gotta do is be a subscriber and leave a comment down below. But what exactly is Webster? Well, just let me know if this sounds familiar, okay? So you finish editing a project and you have to export it out. And then once that's done, you can upload it, wait for that to finish, and then you can finally email the file over to the client. Then the client responds back with a huge list of notes that are impossible to follow. There's timecode stamps all over the place and the notes can be terrible, like, oh, can you remove that one slow-mo shot of that guy? And you're like, well, every single shot is a slow-mo shot of that guy, so I don't know what shot you're talking about. Huge inconvenience to you as the editor, but also to the client. They don't want to be sitting there typing out all these time codes and timestamps and notes. Now, Webster streamlines this entire process, and first of all, you could just log on to it and use it on the website, kind of like a standard file sharing service, but it has a ton of video-friendly features. But where I think Webster really shines is its integration with Adobe Premiere. So check this out. When I'm done editing my project, I can open up the Webster review panel, which is a add-on extension to Adobe Premiere, and then I could walk away. I could go get lunch, I could go play with the dogs, I could dance techno music, whatever. The computer will render out the file and then automatically upload it, and then when that's ready, it'll automatically send the email to people who need to review it. And the clients are absolutely going to love you for how easy it is for them to give you feedback, because they just go boop, 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 and leave feedback on the timeline at a specific spot. Then you'll be notified when they give you feedback, and these notes will appear right back here on Premiere. And they also give you a checklist that you can mark off as you go. If you have the Premiere plugin, you never have to leave Premiere. You can send the revision straight from Premiere and then get feedback imported straight back on the timeline. Whenever Sam and I are editing a project together, it makes the whole process so much more collaborative. And here's the best part. If you use my link in the description, you get a free 90-day free trial, and it gives you 15 gigs of storage, unlimited reviews, and full HD playback. And don't worry, even after those 90 days, you can continue to use it for free with a more basic plan, or you could decide to upgrade to a team plan, and that is going to give you all the pro features available from Webster, so there's no risk. Go check them out. Now, while we're on the topic of Premiere, let's talk about how to edit faster, which is all about keyboard shortcuts. Now, my keyboard shortcuts are all over the place because I originally learned on Final Cut, learned all my keyboard shortcuts, and then I switched over to Premiere, but didn't want to relearn the whole new hotkey system, so I just kind of adapted it to Final Cut, and then I've just been customizing it ever since. So basically, my shortcuts are probably going to be very different from yours. But anyways, here are the most common shortcuts that I use all the time. We obviously have our standard arrow and blade tool. I also love using the add edit tool, which basically just puts a cut wherever your cursor is, or if you have a bunch of clips highlighted, you could just slice them all at once. I'm also always using enable, which allows me to enable and disable a clip, and that's useful for if I want to see what's underneath a certain clip, or if I just want to remove a clip for now, but later if I decide I want to put it back in, I just have to re-enable it. I also adjusted my default audio transition time to just 2 frames, so when I'm done with a whole sequence of audio, I can just highlight everything, add in my default transition, and it smoothens out all the audio. There's also Q and W, which is go to in-point ripple trim previous edit to playhead, and wedge tool, go to out point and ripple trim next edit to playhead. I have no idea what this means, but it's useful. Let's look at this cut here. It's too loose, so if I want to tighten it up, I would have to shorten this down, and then I can close that gap down, and same with the second clip, I can shorten that down and trim that out. But if I just bring my cursor to here and hit W, it's going to delete all this afterwards, so just like that. And same with Q, I can delete everything before this point. So boom, piece of cake, saves you a lot of clicks, so that's always good. Another one I use all the time is track select forward tool, which basically selects everything after your cursor, so you could just grab all this stuff and do what you need to do with it. I also like using ripple delete, so if I want to delete this clip and close this gap, I would have to do this whole process, but with ripple delete, one click, done. I also love color coding my timeline so I can visually see where the segments end and start. So I basically have 10 different colors programmed into my number keys. And of course, if you don't have a music library already, you know that that's a struggle, so I use Epidemic Sounds primarily, and I actually try to listen to their music as much as possible, even when I'm not editing. That way, when it does come down to the time to shoot, I know what shots I want to get and how I want to cut it. I already have an idea of of the pacing and mood in my head. And Epidemic Sounds has a huge music library, so I love that. And they also have a pretty good sound effects library as well. So those are always very useful to just be able to look something up and just start plugging stuff in. I have an Epidemic subscription for my YouTube channel, so while I have that account, I can use as many songs as I want out of their library. I also recently started using MusicBed, and they have some really great artists on there. So they're both good, and I would say the type of music that they both offer are slightly different. So it's worth trying out both and figuring out which one's better for you. And I have links below for a free trial to either of them. Ooh, by the way, if you do use their songs during the free trial, it's not like if you cancel the account, they go and just pull down all your videos. It's cool as long as you uploaded it while you had a proper subscription. Another thing I really love is having these JBL speakers over here, or studio monitors, and they sound so good. And I love the fact that my little studio is soundproof, so I can blast these things and I don't have to worry about neighbors knocking down my door. And I connect the speakers through this audio interface. This is a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. So this thing's useful because I can obviously adjust the volume of the speakers, but also it has these XLR inputs on the front, so I can actually plug this microphone straight into here and record straight onto the Adobe Premiere timeline, which is super useful. Also, when it comes to hard drives, this is one that I love working off of. This is a SanDisk solid state drive. I think this is 2 terabytes. First of all, I love how small and lightweight this thing is. So if you're editing on the go, you can just plug this into your laptop, and it's lightweight enough for it to just dangle like that. And of course, it's a solid state drive, so it's going to be faster than your standard hard drive and also more durable and reliable. So it's definitely one of the things I would suggest to check out, although it's not super cheap, so I don't really suggest it for long-term storage, but I do a lot of working off this hard drive, and then when I'm done with a project, I'll transfer it to a bigger, less expensive hard drive. Another thing I highly recommend is a solid mouse. This is a Logitech MX Master. It feels really good in the hands, and it's been super reliable, much more reliable than the ones from Apple I had. And I think it's been really well designed because it has this scroll wheel, so you can hear it. So it clicks like that whenever you're scrolling slowly, but if you want to scroll fast, and it just free spins. It also has a scroll wheel on the side, which is a must for me because I like being able to scroll side to side on my Adobe Premiere timeline. It's also got this secret extra button down here where my thumb is sitting, and it also switches easily between 3 Bluetooth devices. So I love that whenever I want to switch between different computers, I just have to press a button and it'll automatically start working, opposed to linking it on that computer and then unlinks from here, and you have to bring it back here and relink it. And one thing that I actually really like having is this Dyson air purifier back here, because first of all, it's a fan, so it keeps me cool. But I recently started getting air purifiers around the house because I have terrible allergies, and now I'm actually so glad that I have that air purifier because there's much less dust in here, and there's always cameras and lenses sitting out, so I want to try to keep those as clean as possible. And in your studio, if you're ever trying to shoot product shots or macro shots, it's difficult to get all the dust off the product. If you've ever shot with a macro lens, you guys know what I'm talking about. I think I'm just about out of stuff to talk about. Ooh, let's wrap this up and read some comments. Potato Jet can literally talk for 2 hours without breathing. That is actually false. I breathe 2 times a week. 451 Asians says, breaking news, Potato Jet cheats on girlfriend with 2 women named Ari and Alexa and was caught red-handed. No, 3 women, Ari, Alexa, and Scarlett. Maddie Hapoya says, hot dang, how are you so good at Beat Saber already? That's my issue with video games, is once I start getting into a game, I just cannot stop. I just can't. I get so addicted to things. Lemons and Smoke says, guys, I'm not gay. Gene at 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Okay, maybe I am gay. That filter is kind of scary how good it is at making you look like a girl. Anyways, I got a few more autographs to sign, so I'll get on that. I feel like this picture is pretty good. I might want to put it on a mug and get it, or a shirt. Should I just get a shirt that just has my own picture on it and wear it around for a couple days? Yeah, I'm gonna do it.